Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to invite you all for this webinar. You know, it seems like an great ambience outside, and attendees wise, like we have got a good list, and the title is amazing. We have got the great speaker as well. Before we jump into this presentation, I would like to make sure that my voice and our video is quite clear to everyone. So if you can just go to either the chat screen underneath or Q&A, and if you can just put a thumbs up, or if you can just put any smiley on that one, that would be great. Or even like you see a raise hand symbol, so you can click that one, or just go to the chat and say that a thumbs up there. If you can see me well, and if you can hear me well, just put that symbol over there, please. We'll wait for 2 or 3 more thumbs up. That is good. That is good. Couple more, please. Couple more thumbs ups. Clear and wonderful. Wow, that is a good thing to see. You know, that's nice. That's nice. So before we get into this presentation, I will set the floor in terms of if you want to ask any questions, definitely like you can send the questions in the Q&A like bar underneath, or even like you can just click that raise hand button in your footer, and that will be an indication to us that you have a question, and our moderator will immediately like unmute you so that you can shoot your question. And of course, like it has to be an interactive discussion, so you don't have to wait till the end of the conversation. So if you have a question, please feel free to chime in right away. That is an quite a small information. And let me introduce myself. This is Madhu Kesavan. I am the founder and CEO of W2S Solutions. We are a technology company. We are a technology company built with people, built with motivated people. We actually do 3 primary services. And in fact, in the last quarter of this webinar, we actually had 3 webinars that directly connected with our core services. One is application development. You know, it could be an complex enterprise web and mobile solutions, for which we had a great webinar 2 months before about a tech platform that talks about how we can build a complex edtech solution for educational institutions. The second core service is data analytics. We analyze complex data. It could be structured or unstructured data. We group them, we bring them together, and we analyze, and we give business insights decisions that actually the decision makers to make great decisions. And one of our webinar earlier was about the planogram analysis, which actually helped the retail industry, how they can assess their existing shelf so that they can promote the best-selling product in the front and identify what are the medium-selling brands so that they can come up with any kind of a combo to promote that. And today, we are going to talk about our third service, which is eventually cloud deployment. You know, it could be an Amazon AWS cloud, or it could be an Azure cloud, or even it could be an GCP, Google Cloud. How you can build a scalable solution in cloud. When it comes to scalable, we were just thinking about like how we can showcase the scalability, how we can showcase the best part of scalability, which is comparing with the current market trends. We can take that the content streaming. for in fact, if you take it as a Netflix or Amazon, which is streaming the content worldwide seamlessly. And in fact, we today had a great match, and that match is viewed by around 15 million active users, 15 million simultaneous users, only in one geographic location, which is in India. 15 million active users in a short span of time. That is the power of technology. That is the power of scalability we are talking about, which is live streaming. To showcase that example, how we are capable of, or how you can build a scalable solution with the help of cloud. It could be an Amazon, for example, Kinesis, or it could be an Azure, anything else. How we can build it, how we can deploy it. That is what we are going to talk today for the next 1 hour. Our speaker here, Vijay Kumar, he is, we call him as John of Technology. He actively keeps himself involved in various cloud tech stack. It could be AWS, or it could be Azure, or whatever it is. He keeps his hands-on tech stack, not only in cloud, in fact, in web solutions. He has hands-on experience in full stack development. You name any kind of an tech platform, he has hands-on experience on that, which is really great, which is also like a motivating factor for others. I mean, you can be an developer, or you can be an architect, or you can be an DevOps, but you're finding the perfect combination is tough, and that is what he is. He's going to spend his next 1 hour to showcase and talk about like what we are talking about for OTT platform over the top. Why we had picked up OTT, since it is going to really help entertainment industry. If you are running any entertainment business, or if you are in media business, if you are in magazines, or if you are a content producer, at this time of the technology trend, you need such a solution so that you can put your content in front of your target audience easily and wisely on top of the internet. You have a content, you build this, you are going to be in business quickly, and that is going to give you more benefits. You are going to reap the benefits as soon as possible. We also have Atira here. She is taking care of our GCC market, Gulf market. She is from UAE, and she takes care of clients' relationships, accounts acquisition, and delivery management from there. Another panelist is Vikram. Vikram is here as another panelist, and he deals with the North America market in terms of customer acquisition, accounts management, and projects execution. Again, I would like to welcome you all for this hour, and it is going to be a really wonderful discussion, and I hope like you are all gonna get participate in it in terms of discussions, in terms of questions and comments, which is going to be really healthy for the technology world. Over to you, Vijay. Please go ahead and show us what you have got.
Thanks, Madhu. Thanks for the intro. Okay, so hi everyone. So good evening and good morning, everyone. So before I'm going to start, I will share my screen. I hope you all see my screen.
Yes, Vijay, we can.
Yeah.
I can see the screen, and team, like if you can see a screen, just put a thumbs up in the chat window, please. Just 1 or 2 is sufficient for us. All right, we got it. That's good.
Yeah, sure.
whomever is making this thumbs up sign, please change the 2 to everyone so that everyone can see it. So you don't have to send that thumbs up to host and panelist. Please change the 2 to everyone. Thank you. Yes, Vijay.
Yeah, sure. So before I am going to start up from this presentation, I just want to give some share some points about the titles. So the title, what is the title? It's a building next generation streaming services with Amazon Kinesis. First of all, what is streaming services? Why we need streaming? Where we are going to use streaming? Streaming is nothing but it's transmitting and receiving the data end-to-end. It's like an end-to-end data transfer in a seamless manner. In the sense without any interruption or any data losses. That's the stream. That's a stream. So it's a streams. The streams are being in a, maybe you guys can say streams. It's a old technology, old concept. But the streaming that why we are saying the next generation of streaming services. So the streaming services they build in. It's like improvmental fashions, right? So for the next generation of streaming services, with Amazon Kinesis. With Amazon Kinesis is the one of the streaming service provider in the current world, global. So that's what we are going to discuss about. So what the Kinesis is to make this happen as an infrastructure based. The Kinesis is providing infrastructure to do the streaming services. Why we go with the Amazon, why we are going to use the Kinesis, what's the benefit we are going to Kinesis, that we will see inside the discussions. And coming to the streaming, this title, so building the next generation of streaming services, as Madhu said, there is many examples in the streaming services like smart homes, ghosts. There is a many examples. Now we are considering a OTT because it's a more entertaining platform. It's a more entertaining platform. So that's now we are going to see the OTT based streaming service, OTT platform streaming services with the Amazon that we are going to see today. Okay, so let's go into the slides. Okay. Let's start with the objectives. What we are going to see today. The objective wise, first we are going to see about what is the OTT platform. What is OTT platform? Then why? So OTT platform initially it's built in a on-premises version. On-premises in the sense it's the OTT platforms are created and deployed in the on-premises. They will be having some network servers to deploy and sharing the media contents. That's why why everyone is moving towards the cloud base. That's the second point. Now, third point, what are the tools available in the market? The comparisons, the streaming tool comparison. And before moving on to the Kinesis, we are going to see the demo. Just a sample demo of the on-demand videos, and then we'll discuss about the Kinesis streaming services, the flow and how are we built and how the example how we are built and what are the benefits of Kinesis, what is Kinesis, those things we are going to discuss. And what are the challenges in OTT? That's another topic. It's an interesting topic. And then finally, why OTT should own by yours. So that's the final topics, and finally we'll discuss about the questions. Final. So that is the more major objective of the today presentation. Okay, let's jump into first. What is OTT platform? Okay, most of them know it's a OTT platform, but I just we will discuss a little bit. Some of them doesn't know. Okay, so OTT. What is the abbreviation of the OTT? It's like over the top content. That's the abbreviation of OTT. What is OTT? Most of them knows it's like an entertainment factory, entertainment platform. But what is OTT? It's just delivering audio, video, and any media content over the internet. So transmitting and receiving the any media content over the internet that's called as the OTT platform. So in this section, so the OTT is it's a platform. It's used to deliver the content across the devices like smartphones, smart TVs, and any other devices, whatever the connected devices. That we can use these OTT platforms. And why we call it, why we call the OTT platform as the next generation TVs. Like, so nowadays, actually, the past years, we normally use the cable connections to see the channels, live streamings, whatever the movies available through the channels with advertisements. There is a many things. But now the OTT, after coming to the OTT, we will see the movies programs in OTT. Why? Without any adding, without any ads, and we can see from anywhere, anytime. And I don't want to be restricted with anytime. I don't want to be restricted with in front of my TV. So OTT platform helps the users to see the any media content or any live streaming from anywhere, anytime. And some of the best examples of OTT platform. Coming back to the why everyone is switching to cloud-based OTT. Cloud-based OTT. So before I'm going to talk about cloud-based OTT, I just want to give some describe about the on-premise OTT. So on-premise OTT, first with the workflow and delivery. If you are seeing the workflow and delivery in the on-premises, everything should be it's a compact. It's not a global. It's a compact. Everything should be in a compact wise. It's limited. All things should be limited. It should not be expandable. If you want to expand more and more, you have to do more maintenance, more equipment, more upfront cost, more things. We have to do many expandable. It should not be auto expandable. And the hosting wise also be same. So if you see the workflow, delivery, hostings, everything should be it's compact. It should not auto expandable. So that's what the difference of work. If you see the workflow and delivery, if you see the hosting, if you see the on-premises, if you see the access control. So finally, the access control, the on-premises side. So if you want to see any such media content, the bandwidth perspective, if you are going to use on-premises, it's mutually dependent. The user should have a good bandwidth and server also be good scalable bandwidth. So mutual. But when it comes to the cloud should be always the scalable bandwidth, but user should have a good bandwidth. That's the important. That's the only one way. It's a bandwidth side. But coming to the access control, cloud side, whoever have a subscription, he can add. But in the on-premises, it should be restricted based on the IP. So whoever can be able to access, that person only can be able to access. That's the major disadvantage of access control. And let's discuss more about the hosting and workflow delivery in the next step. So in the on-premises platform, as I said, so if you are going to build some on OTT platform and deploy it into the on-premises servers. So initially, I plan to deploy a OTT platform in the on-premises site. So maybe in the initially, I just expecting some 100 to 500 users. I may expecting 100 to 500 users and shifting my 500 MB of data or 1 GB of data. So that kind of server I will set up and I just deploy. But if you want to expand the media content, media qualities, everything, then it should depend on resource. You also should increase your resource capacity also. That's cost your upfront. It's a cost, maintenance. Everything will be it increased double the times, and moreover, maintenance, more engineering cost will come into the picture if you are going to maintain the OTT platform in the on-premises. How this drawbacks are achieved in the cloud. So clouds are be like a services. So most of them, more services are available. They will they will be avoiding a separate, stop leveraging of the separate servers to delivering the video files, and they will be managing their own scalability. We don't need to bother about the scalabilities, and they will be strengthening our end-to-end video streaming capabilities and enabling the streaming provider. This will help us to reduce our effort of building the OTT platforms. If you want to build our own OTT platform, if you are going to using this kind of services, it will reduce our cost. It will reduce the manpower. That's our biggest advantages. And it's like operation cost, brand content delivery to the audience in a cheaper price. So those are the factors. It's moving towards the cloud-based entity. Coming to the cloud side, so in the cloud, there is many clouds. As we know, like AWS, Azure, Google, and etc. So if you are seeing, comparing these three clouds, AWS, Azure, and Google currently it's a top most cloud service providers. Comparing these three clouds, we are going with the AWS. Why? The AWS having many services, many customized services. Many customized services are available in the AWS, and with the affordable prices. With affordable prices in the sense very cheap, very it's normal price comparing to other Azure platforms. Okay, so this service, so AWS having, as I said, like there is many services like Kinesis, EC2, ECS. ECS is like Elastic Container Services and Kubernetes services, and this file system S3. So they have many services are available provided in the AWS, and they will be managing these services. So they are managing these services for us. We just need to pay what we are going to use. We don't need to pay extra cost, but they will be managing the services. That's a more benefit, right? So in coming to the AWS, for this streaming services, we are in the initially we see AWS Kinesis. Kinesis is the one of the services. Why we are choosing Kinesis, we'll see in the next. Okay. And coming back to the next streaming tool comparisons. Now I've taken the two best streaming services in the industry. One is for Apache Kafka and another for AWS Kinesis. First, I will talk about Apache Kafka. It's a Apache product. It's a Kafka is a good it's a streaming service tool. This will be an open source service tool. So, but only thing, wherever we need, we have to install by our own in the server. Then we have to configure these services. Whatever changes we want, we have to configure. So it's more of manual things is required. So that's the Apache Kafka. Coming to the AWS Kinesis, it's a Amazon services. We just need to create a stream. That's it. We don't need to bother about any maintenance, any cost, anything. It's like a serverless based infrastructure. Why we are moving to the serverless? If it is a server, we have to worry about the scaling. But if it is a serverless, we don't need to worry about the scaling because it will be automatically scaling. Whatever, how many requests will come, it will be automatically. It's like an elastic. It will be automatically expanding. Based on the load, it will be automatically expanding. So we don't need to bother about that scalability. That's why most of them will go with the serverless pattern. Coming to the Kinesis, there is 4 types of available in the Kinesis, like the data streams, video streams, firewalls, WebRTC. Data streams is like a passing, transmitting the data contents. Firewalls is, before coming to the firewalls, I'll just talk about the video streams. Video streams is like transmitting the video content. But firewalls, it's used to do any stuff integrated with the data or videos. If you want to link with any kind of any kind of other services, we can use a firewalls. If you want to storing some data to any other file system, or if you want to storing the data to any DynamoDB, or if you want to do something anything integrated with the Lambda, we can use a firewall. And finally, it's a WebRTC. WebRTC is like a signaling channel. I think it's a signaling channel. Most of them know. I think I will say another word: sockets, web sockets. Most of them know about the web sockets, right? So WebSocket is used to connecting the peer-to-peer connections. If someone is posting a message, it will be automatically received into the another end, right? That's a concept called WebSocket. That WebSockets, it's also available in the AWS Kinesis. And that's the one of the major option in the Kinesis side. So coming back to the comparison of Kafka and Kinesis, as I said, it's a Kafka is an open source, Kinesis is a AWS manager. So open source in the sense there is no software cost. Kinesis, whatever we are going to use, we have to pay. Infrastructure, we have, as I said, open source, but we have to install wherever it is required. So that's why it's easy to, our physical infrastructure is required to install managing the Apache Kafka. But coming to the Kinesis, we don't. We just pay to use, pay by go, pay as you go. Coming to the engineering cost, Apache Kafka, it's a purely managed by us. So there is some ongoing maintenance required, but Kinesis, nothing. We just need to create a stream. That's it. That's also not required. There's the client libraries available. It will be automatically created if you just providing the names. Okay, so there is no maintenance. It's a very low maintenance. But Kafka, it's higher. Coming to the security, it's a secure. Both the side, it's a secure. But in the Kafka side, we have to do the manual configuration. If we miss anything, that creates the problem. That's the drawback. The extension here, ongoing management. Definitely it requires engineering because of management, managing the resources. So ongoing management, nothing. It's managed by AWS. Data retention. In the Kafka side, user needs to be defined how many days or how many years or how many weeks needs to be retained the data. In the Kinesis, we can be able to configure up to 10 years. They are putting 0 to 10 years. Performance tuning, both the side we can, Kinesis, it will be automatically managing the performance based on the load, but the Kafka, we need to do the configuration. Here also, if we miss, it causes the human problems. So that's why we are choosing, most of them choosing Kinesis because of the avoiding the manual maintenance and the manual configurations.
Yeah, Vijay, I think like maybe we can go back to the previous slide and we will just give it a couple of minutes break for you while we shall go back to our audience and ask that it seems like a good tech stuff so far for me. So if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand or you can just send like in your QA section. I see a raised hand from the name says as Raman Narayanan. And hi, Raman, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yes, yes, Raman. Yes, we can hear you, Raman. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so a couple of questions here. So one is, it's very clear that to use Kinesis is better than Kafka. So one thing that was mentioned was like the data retention is like 10 years in Kinesis, and with Kafka that we are deciding. So I didn't really understand about the retention part. Like, is it something free or is it something that we have to pay for that? what kind of retention is that?
Okay, Ram. So, data retention, right? The data retention in the sense, if you are going to maintain, if you are going to keep the data, streaming data in the service itself, normally we won't keep the data in the service itself. If it is a live streaming, we will be streaming through the service, but in the same time, we'll be writing the data to some of the file system like a S3 or something else, or DynamoDB or wherever it is. We will be writing the data. Mostly, we won't maintaining the data in the service itself. Okay, but anyway, they are providing option to keep the data in the service also. If the data in the sense like a streamed data, the whatever the video data or the media data, audio data, that's the data. That's called as data retention.
Okay. Okay. One more question that I had was about the performance. So it's clear, it's very clear that Kafka is more manual, and we have to be really equipped to do that compared to Kinesis, which is easy to set up. But when it comes to performance, which one would be better?
Both the performance would be same. Okay, so more of different, more of services we are going to choose. Like if you are going to deploy your application into some your on-premises, then I will suggest to use a Kafka, but that will be more engineering cost, more maintenance cost. If you are going with the cloud, why we need to go for Kafka? If you are going to deploy something into our EC2 or some other server, then that server also, right? If some server is break, then our Kafka system will break, then our application will break.
Okay.
It is more like an I believe Vijay, like even if you go for a Kinesis, I don't think like you can deploy in any on premises, because Kinesis only supports cloud, because that is inbuilt coming from AWS. So eventually, like on premises, in the sense, we cannot even compare Kinesis here, because we have to go with Kafka or something else. That is primary thing. And to try to answer precisely to your question regarding the performance tuning, Raman, I mean, like as we started this discussion initially, like the scalability is the primary thing that we are expecting from content delivery, like how quick it can be scalable, and how many users can chime in on that given time, which is an example of today's match, around 15 million users. So in those cases, I mean, like even if you try to keep everything in an on-premises system, it is really going to be challenging to scale to that level. Of course, we can argue that why can't we keep Kafka itself in Amazon instance, let's say within EC2 or something? Yes, definitely you can you can try to do that. But still, like it is like we are installing or we are keeping Kafka within EC2 or within Amazon scalability. It is like an added plugin on top of that, instead of using the core values of what Amazon is offering. So it is purely based on the use cases. I mean, like, are we going to get simultaneous hit by various users in a short span of time? If that is what your answer is, then we have to carefully like carve which tech stack we are going to choose and how we are going to set up the cloud instance.
Okay, got it. And just last part of the question, I won't take much time. So from the layman's perspective, so when you talk about the security, right? So when it comes to Kafka, we are configuring the security. To some extent, I'm able to visualize it. When it comes to Kinesis, it is more about AWS products. So is it something out of the box? Is it something that is can be done on the tool itself? I'm not able to visualize that. Any word of thoughts on that?
Sure, Rama. So, like coming back to the AWS services, like normally the AWS services will be accessible through with the AWS credentials, like the AWS credentials, not with the username password. They have providing, we can generate the access keys, server security credential, access keys, secret keys. It's a one way. And if we are going to build for accessing the AWS, there is a two possibilities. One is using a server security credentials like access key and security. Another way, there is other services available in the Amazon Cognito. It's like a user model. So using the Cognito model also, we can integrate that. Cognito is the user management component services. User management component service. If you want to you don't want to build your own login system. I want some customized login system that will have the login, that will have the sign up option, that have a forget password option, everything. It's all three components are combined and customized. It's a component called Cognito. If you are going to use that kind of component in the Amazon, that component login will provide some token. That token also be accessible this kind of services. So there is a two type of accessibility. We can drive the Kinesis. Other than that, we got accessing these services. That's a security Amazon provider.
Thanks, Vijay. Thanks. That's it from my side.
That's good. Have we got any other questions? Anyone? Right. While we are waiting for that, yes, Vijay, we shall move on. Please go ahead. So if we have any questions, please raise your hand, team, so that we shall shoot the questions. Yes, Vijay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So in the next point, we are going to see the demos. So in the demo side, what are we going to demonstrate? We have created some sample page to stream one video. Stream one video. It's normally the video, if we want to play from the browser without any streaming component, how it happens. It's like loading the videos, and if you are going to play, it takes huge time to load the content and play. And during the play, based on the networks, it may differ, buffer. That's the normal way of viewing the video file in the browser. But coming to using the streaming, we just demonstrate with Kinesis streaming how we can play one video file. That's we are going to see the demonstrate purpose.
Yeah. So what we can do here is we will send that streaming link in our group chat. So technically, like, you can also try to play this and see. Like just click that video link and play it. That will help you to find out like how the performance is and how we can do that one. Okay. So yes, Vijay, would you like to share the link in the chat window?
Yeah, sure.
So you can open this from your from your mobile browser or web or whatever it is, and just click it, and then you have to click that start play button at the right right bottom corner. That will eventually play the video, and you just play around, similar like your Netflix, similar like your Amazon account, that you move forward or backward or put a pause or increase the volume and do whatever thing that you wish to do, and you should see how the application or how this streaming behaves. While you are doing that, let me explain a bit here what we are trying to do in this demo. I mean, like this demo, this is not showcasing all the features of an OTT, but what we are showcasing here is the complete backbone. I mean, like how the backbone of a content delivery system to be built. That is what we are showcasing with one movie, and of course, it is an whole good movie, but still, like this movie shows you that how you can stream, how it is going to stream, and how you can move further, move forward, come backward, and pass and everything. And if this is done in a well way, then rest of the things, like even if you want to showcase 200 or 250 movies in the same application, that is going to be super easy, because like those are all going to store, and only the streaming is going to take part over the top, which is going to simplify the entire application. Obviously, we are going to build a complete platform on top of this demo. So you are gonna see, or if you are interested, you can sign up with us for that beta version of that software. So whenever like you want to access the whole the platform when it is built, definitely like you will be having that early access to try it out. And also, like if you are in similar business, or if you are in this business and if you want to get into such an platforms, you can definitely reach out to us. So I will take this a minute or less than a minute to stream this in a browser. And if you have like if you are done playing with this video, you can just put your thumbs up in the chat window, so that we will collect some feedback from you on that. And of course, like whenever you have a question, please raise your raise hand, so that like we can shoot the question. That's good. We got a couple of thumbs up here. Just waiting for a few more, so that like we will see that one. It is like a complete good old movie, so you can watch it whenever you are free. And this demo is to just to give a taste how that is looking. And in fact, like we have got a quick poll here, and I'm not sure how to initiate this poll. Moderator, can you show this? Do you see an everyone? If you see a poll button in your board, you can just enter like the answers for these things. I mean, like how do you see the streaming quality, and can you easily move forward and backward with the video? Yes. We are getting some good results. Yes. So for the first question, like how do you see the streaming quality? Like so far we have got like almost around like 95% as good, and better with the 5%, which is nice. And can you easily move forward and backward the video, like the play options, and we have got 100% in with an S. That's good. That's good. It is still growing in for the first thing. Like it is as usual good with 86%, which is a nice figure, and with the better as 14%. So which is also good, and nil bad. I mean, how do you see the streaming quality? Like 0 bad so far, which is a good sign. And when it comes to the handling of the player, we have got yes 100%, which is good. Yes, Vijay. So still the poll is going on, but we shall continue our discussion. Please go ahead, and yes, they shall play with the demo even like while we are talking. Please go ahead, Vijay.
Yep. So let's move on to the So actually we are seeing the demo, right? So from this demo, so how the workflow will be defined in the Kinesis video streaming. Like, so actually we are live streaming, capturing the video from the camera and streaming through the Kinesis and sending, receiving from the consumer side. So if you see from the left side, camera and video is like a input. It's like a transmitting data. It's one way of passing the data. One way of passing the data to video streaming through what? So one of the biggest advantages in the Kinesis is they are providing a SDK libraries from the producer side and as well as the consumer side. The consumer in the sense receiver side, producer in the sense transmitter, transmitting the data. So they are providing a C library, C++ library, JavaScript library, Java libraries, whatever, wherever we want. We can use this library to integrate the SDKs and passing and receiving the data to stream and from streams. That's our flow. From the left to right, from the left through the producer SDK with the GStreamer plugin, we passing the data to the video streams, and from the video stream, from the consumer side, we will be downloading as a HLS playback or dash playback, dash players. So there is a many players available, HLS and dash players. From that to options to receiving the data and playing through the players. That's a kind of a receiver libraries. It's kind of a receiver libraries. So this is the workflow we have been used to define creating the applications. In the example demo also, we are following this process only. And coming to the usage of Kinesis, why we are choosing a Kinesis and what are the benefits of Kinesis streaming services? So one of the biggest advantage of Kinesis streaming services, as we all see so far, the Kinesis, it's like a streaming services. It's just transmitting. What is the benefit? There is a many services you guys can think. Many services available to transmitting the data from one way to another, and when passing the video or any other media content from a one point to another point. It's a many options. But why we have to choose a Kinesis? And we have many advantages. Coming to the one more biggest advantage in the Kinesis is they are providing analytical support. We can integrate some machine learning program to doing some analytic stuff. Like for example, if you are going to transmitting the data is for example, we are just considering the videos. Considering the videos, what is the videos? Frame by frame content is the videos. Each frame, what is a frame? Each frame content as an image. So from the frame, we can extracting the image. From the image, we extracting the content. Whatever analytics we want to do, we can do. We can pass, we can create some dashboard, we can create some operations, we can extract some data. That kind of possibilities we can do using Kinesis streaming service. That is the biggest advantage of Kinesis. And other advantages like streaming the video from millions of devices. As Madhu said, like, so as today's live match is around 50 millions of users. So like that, this Kinesis service is providing that kind of support, streaming the video millions of devices, and can build some real-time vision video enabled applications using Kinesis. The Kinesis will support to build this kind of applications using the SDKs and other options. And here we have normally live streams. Normally live data, we can see the live data without any move back options, but the Kinesis will providing the moving back option also. We can playing back the live data, and we can playing the recorded video streams also. And there is no infrastructure, and it's more secure because it's AWS. These are the advantages of Kinesis streaming services comparing to other services. These are the biggest advantage of other services. Any questions in this?
That's good. Vijay, like we have got one request from the chat that since like they don't have an greater connectivity, so they asked to play the demo from our system. Can you please open that demo screen from your system?
Okay.
In a browser, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I just click the start, but just to see the play, it's like around 2 GB of media content. It's like around 3 GB of media content, but immediately start playing. If I just click the start, but it start immediately without any delay, without any lagging. I just moving up forward. See. Without lagging, I can able to move in the video contents. Sorry, just switch off the sound because it's in fact.
Yeah, that is completely fine.
You guys are able to see my screen. You guys are able to see the demo, right? Now?
Yeah, that's right. We can able to see that. Yep. That should be good.
And, we are coming to see that.
Yep.
Yep.
So let's go back to the presentation slide deck. Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. We got that now. That's good. So while we are waiting for Vijay to go back to the presentation slide deck, so definitely you can chime in if you have any questions on this one. Vijay is happy to answer if we have any, and of course, like you can definitely like send us an email as well, or reach out to us as well if you have any questions. And yes, we have gotten. Yep, we permitted you, Raman. So please, you shall go ahead and talk.
Yeah, and one thing that comes to my mind on looking at the entire demo, right, is more of a personal use. Of course, it can be used for a public. So most of the people are using actually services like YouTube or Facebook Live when they want to stream their personal functions or things like that. So just it's a quick thought. So if I want to set up the whole thing for a personal thing, complete setup, it will be my own application. I'll be sending the link to my own family members. And can I make it as a easier thing? How long does it take to build something like that?
I mean, like I believe I can answer this question now, Vijay. I mean, like from the tech stack perspective, yes, it is good in the sense like it is not from the point of an personal usage. Even like even if you are trying to build a business and or if you already have a business in this domain and you want to add this as a value-added services on top of your business, definitely like we shall offer the whole solution, including like an web and the mobile platform, maybe in like 3 to 4 months of time. I would say around 12 weeks. That is the timeline that we are anticipating to get something like this built, which is still very quick and fast enough to deliver that, but we are damn sure that can be delivered in that time frame. And as you asked for personal thing, like I would say one important thing could be like the content. Even this application can be built in that time frame. Definitely, like if you want to share with your friends and colleagues, it could be your own video or your own content, because content plays a key role in such an application. That is why like enterprises and other media conglomerates build the solution and then fight to get the copyright of every content. So that is precisely like they are fighting with each other by paying a good amount of money for the content producers. So eventually, like, content will be the king here, and application will be the supporting layer that delivers the content to the viewers. So of course, like you are completely like free to do this for your personal usage, and of course, like this will be better used if yours is a business, or getting into a business, or you are already in business, and or you are already in some other business and you want to diversify into this business. There you go. This is the solution you want to obtain.
So, sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Yes, Vijay. Do we have anything else from your side to continue on, Vijay? Yes, Vijay, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so coming back to, so far we see why we have to choose move to cloud, why we need to use, what is the use, why we choose AWS. In this AWS, why we choose Kinesis, why we choose Kinesis as a streaming service comparing with other models, and what are the benefits in the Kinesis, and we see the Kinesis work model and with the examples. Coming back to the technical perspective, what are the challenges to build a OTT platform? One major point is like highly scalable in the sense as continuously repeating, right? Like there is a huge consumers can use the application because it's based on the content, what content we are going to deliver to the OTT platform. The streamers, many streamers can log in and see the content. It's like it's not limited, it's infinite. So that's why it's the first important is highly available. The next one is data validations. How the data validation, how are we going to validate the content? It is the right content or wrong content, or they are going to posting some junk content, or for example, going to building some like a smart home system or some other system. How are we going to validating the customers? It's the correct persons or wrong persons. So those kind of live data validations. And another one of the biggest challenges, providing a good user experience. We can provide this very perfect streaming service provider. The user can stream the data, but if without providing a good user experience, it is not useful. It is a useless. Correct. Because user can't be able to see the user can't be able to use the product in a proper way. It is not useful. That's the main challenges in the OTT. And another one is it should support multiple devices because user may come in with many devices and many platforms. Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, Linux. In the Linux, there is a various Ubuntu, many things. So in the browser side, there is a many browsers. So we have and smart TVs. That's one of the challenges. And the final challenge is privacy and security risk. Privacy and security risk because it's a data. It's more of a piracy data. So it's more of a secure data. We have to provide. We have to say transmitting and receiving the data in a secure manner. If it is a leak, that is cause another issues. That's a more of another challenges in the building of OTT platform. These are the challenges we need to consider before building OTT platforms. These are the points we have been taken care of building the OTT platforms because considering the scalabilities, we've taken that data validations and good user experience, and we're providing a multiple device supports, and for using AWS, we are providing a privacy and security risk. That's we all taken care and providing us a OTT platform. That's the points in the challenges. The next,
One question we have got from the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, like since like we are streaming frame by frame, the question is it possible to do an ML algorithms for detecting a video? I mean, like does Kinesis allow to do ML programming on top of the video?
yes, it's allowing. Kinesis will allow. Kinesis not allowing. Kinesis through the Kinesis Firehouse, we can integrate with the AWS Lambda. From the Lambda, we can write the machine learning programs. We can write our own machine learning algorithm to read the data and process.
Okay.
Do the validation.
Let us say that it is a commercial. Okay, like it is an advertisement for 10 to 15 minutes of a video. So while streaming that video, is it possible to analyze like how many times the particular brand, in the sense a famous food brand or a burger brand or even like a drink, how many times the particular brand is appearing within the 15 minutes? Will it be possible to find the count with your Lambda? Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay, yeah, that is good. I mean, if that kind of a flexibility and freedom if it is offered by this tech stack, it will be really helpful for like even for face detection and even for like threat. If there is any threat, how to capture the threat, it is possible, and it is going to help commercials or businesses to assess how that user behavior, even if you're walking in a retail store, if they are looking into some specific product, how the face reaction of that particular users, that can also be captured with this. It seems that there are plenty of opportunities with this, and not only this content streaming, but as you said, and based on the question that is asked, if we connect these technologies together with ML algorithms, it is going to be a real great value add.
Yes, exactly. So the streaming service, these services will be used for the smart home, smart markets. There is a solutions available.
That's nice. That's nice.
Using the services, you can build this kind of solutions.
Yes, Vijay, please go ahead while we are waiting for something.
So reasons to Raman raise a hand.
Sorry to interrupt, Vijay.
Yeah.
So because the topic that you're explaining about the machine learning algorithms in the streaming, right? So one interesting aspect of that is to identify objects on the fly. So I mean, in the recent time also, a lot of problems evolved after the COVID. People were trying to check whether people are wearing masks. So number of applications actually increased. So one interesting problem in that area is the number of objects that we are identifying varies from algorithm to algorithm and the models that we are using. So does Kinesis allow us to add custom models on top of the models that they are having, or do they provide a way to add our own? I mean, in addition to their models, can we add our models too?
Definitely, you can. Kinesis will provide a support to streaming the data and creating multiple frames of multiple objects. But technically we have to create our own model to creating this process, extracting this data. Kinesis will supporting to extracting the data. That's it. That's the duty of Kinesis. We have to create this process.
Okay, understood. And so it means because it's on the Amazon infrastructure, so we don't have any restriction over the models that we are bringing in, right? So even if it can be any open source models or anything, we can bring it and then we will be able to host it there, right?
Yes, exactly. You can use any kind of models.
Okay, so sounds good. Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, it is not not at all an interruption, Mr. Raman. And we have got another hand raised from Hari Prasad Saktivel. Hi, Hari.
Hi, sir. So I have a small question. So I have used multiple OTT platforms, and so I don't want to mention the names, but I can see one platform like in the same internet, the quality of internet is not very much good, but I can see a difference between two OTT platforms where one platform has very good streaming quality with in case of video quality, and one has very low. So will there be a pro or the video quality or the video streaming quality in Amazon Kinesis? So that's my question.
So
Yes, it's a good
Amazon
question.
Kinesis.
Go ahead. Sorry, Vijay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So Amazon Kinesis won't be creating this kind of differences. So first of all, I just want to clear out something like the poor quality of videos. There is two aspects. One is from the server. If it is, it's based on the streaming provider. It's based on the streaming providers. How are we delivering the audio content? And another perspective, how the consumers are consuming the data from the end point, from the end consumer side. Both the internet, both the bandwidth is very much important. Both the bandwidth is very important.
Yeah, I mean, like
coming to this question. Okay, but coming to this question, yeah, yes, you are saying something, Madhu?
no, Vijay, please go ahead.
Yeah. So coming to the Kinesis side, so Kinesis, this is like a streaming service provider. Okay, the streaming services providers, there is it's a serverless managed. So there is no bandwidth problems. So from this point of view, there is no bandwidth issue from the server. Only bandwidth should require from the consumer. If they have a it's a medium quality of internet, it's enough to stream the videos. That's enough.
Okay. So I think I got the answer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
One more thing, Hari Prasad, like it is actually based on that quality of the video. Though, like you can use Amazon Kinesis or Kafka, but if the quality of that real video, if it is not high quality HD file, then obviously that it is going to whatever the platform you use, it is going to impact the delivery. So obviously the quality should be top notch. And yep, so we have got another question. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thanks, Hari. And yes, go ahead.
I think, good evening. So my question is, I think, so it's a live streaming, right? So live streaming in the sense that many of them will be coming, so that suppose say in morning there is a cricket match, like, so it's 1.5 million or 1.5 crores people seen in the live feed. So how this being scalable in the Kinesis? Is it good or stable, or how it is? So there will be multiple live. That's what my question. How it is being handled? So it's like a payable, non-payable, that matters. Right? So when you are trying to invest, so that's my question.
Okay. So this is a more of a business model. How are we going to define the business model? Because your question is, there is a two questions you are asking. Your one question is related to the subscription model, because we're going to using the live streaming to the subscription basis. Like if it is a really subscribed customer, only are going to show it the live streaming, or we are going to show the all the customers, and how the Kinesis will streaming the all the customers. Kinesis will support to streaming the all the customers. There is two questions, correct? First question, this is more of a business model. How the business is modeling, because based on the customer, if they want to if the business owner going to producing the live streaming to data to all the customers for that business, or some of the business owners like defining subscription model, premium, non-premium, startup, something else. Correct. Gold, platinum, silver. There is a more of a business model that's defined based on the business model. Coming back to the Kinesis, we don't need to worry about that. Kinesis will have a consuming the data. Receiving the data from the producer. From the producer, Kinesis streams are receiving the data. Consumers are going to receiving the data from the Kinesis, right? It's already, I said, it's like a serverless. Kinesis APIs are being a serverless basis. So we don't need to bother about the how many consumers are going to use the streamers in the same streams. Okay. We can use the single streams to use many devices, but only requirement is the consumer should have a quality of bandwidth.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
That's good. That's good. Yes, Vijay, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Coming to the last one, why reasons to own your OTT platform? As we discussed many things, right? So as we discussed recently about the business models, why the business owners to ready to own the OTT platform, why they need to own the OTT platforms. So distributions, from the first point, allow distribution of new content to the globally. If the product owners want to producing some content through the internet, they want to send the data immediately. They want to send the data immediately without keeping there any other devices. That's one of the advantage of to own their own OTT platform to the particular customer. And coming back to the second point, easy monetization. It's more of a revenue business. If I want to sell some my video content, there is some revenue the product owners are expecting, right? That's one of the advantage of owning the OTT platform. And we don't need to keep any data in hardware or somewhere. So it eliminates the need to invest in the equipment. That is another advantages. And the live streaming, as Vignesh asked, the live stream data, right? The live stream data should appeal only to my subscribers. Only to my subscribers. That is one of the biggest advantages. If I am going to sending the live stream data to some common OTT platform, anywhere in the global can see that, right? But if I have my own OTT platform, I can send my live stream data only to my customer. That is another advantage. And we can improve the connectivity and we can increase the security. And when one more biggest thing, we can improve our user experience, whatever we need. That is the most advantage of owning our own OTT platform. That's these are the reasons to own the OTT platform by the users. Any questions?
Seems like we had answered many of those questions, which is good in a way. And in fact, like it is very interactive, and also while we are talking about over the top platforms, it is over the time as well. We have past 16 minutes, which is actually took that extra time, which is good in a way. Yes, Vijay, please go ahead and let's go to the next slide if you have any.
Yeah, so yeah, so far we have been discussing So let's start with the title. Just talk about the next generation of streaming services. We considering the OTT platform as streaming, and we discuss about the what is OTT and why we have to go with the cloud and why we choose AWS, and in the AWS why we choose Kinesis, and we see some interesting demo from the Kinesis about the one using some one particular movie, and we see the advantages of Kinesis, and we see the workflow of the Kinesis and challenges of the OTT and reasons for the OTT. So those we have been seeing so far. Okay, so I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys understand about this process. So I think this is the time we can discuss about the questions more. If I think you all some of them asking already raising some questions.
Yeah,
Still more, you
that's
have any
right.
questions?
Yep, that is right. And yeah, it is an well balanced presentation along with the demo and tech intensive as well, I would say. I mean, like we loaded with the great content along with architecture diagram, and we have got one final questions, and let us say that since we have taken that extra time, let's make this as our final last question, which is in the chat. Multi-zones, how can we stream the data or videos in the same time? Like that is a question we have got in the chat, Vijay, like how we can handle or stream the data in multi-zones.
Actually, so there is a two possibilities. One thing is based on the zone, we can create their own streams, or if you want to create a one stream to support for all the zones, that's a two-way, it is possible. But both the way we can do the streams. We don't, there is no separate processes. Based on how are we going to defining the model. But one stream is enough, but if you want to define the stream based on the zone also, we can define.
Yeah, for example, for some content, like we don't want to play in one specific region or something, so we can control that. And of course, like probably for better streaming, in the sense like if one content is getting played from that region enormous time, instead of just trying to like a buffer from an exact opposite region, we can keep that content in the nearby region or within the region so that it is going to play fast. That is also a wise approach. And I hope we had answered the chat's question. That's good. And thanks, Vijay and Adira. Like, would you like to give an thanks note so that like we shall wind up?
Yeah, sure. So hi everyone. I believe the session was really engaging and interactive because, like, we passed the 60 minutes that which we have planned for. So I would really thank for that, since you all were so much of encouraging and interacting and engaging with whatever and following through the session overall. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Madhu, founder and CEO of W2S Solutions, for always inspiring us to take such an interesting topics and always supporting in all ways to make it happen. And the next, I would like to thank Vijay for having such an amazing presentation, even with demo, engaging all the audience for all the questions, answering them. And thank you so much for that, Vijay. And next, I would like to thank our panelist, Vikram. So for all his constant and generous efforts for making this webinar happening. Thank you so much, Vikram. And as always, all the audience, like you are always, thank you so much for joining us today, finding time and like following through the session, asking your questions. And we are always happy to answer your questions anytime. And do reach us out in the numbers or email IDs below. So for any of your clarifications or technology consulting, we are always here to help you out. And today that's the end of the session, but we'll get in touch with you soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Adira and everyone. Let's wind up and let's connect again in our next webinar. And we are also planning for other workshops as well. Like please watch out to our blogs or look into our websites and stay connected with our social media. All right, take care then. Okay, bye.